Hi everybody, it's me, Mrs. Machota, and today I'm here to talk to you about the big three questions that we're going to use while we are reading nonfiction texts. These questions are going to help us become critical thinkers and readers, and also help us become skeptical readers as well. Let's start by watching a quick video from Powtoons.
Created using Powtoon.
So in our interactive reader's notebook, we have this anchor chart, and it talks about those big three questions. What surprised me? What did the author think I already knew? And what challenged, changed, or confirmed what I knew? I want to go a little bit deeper into those and look at that first question, what surprised me? Now, when we're reading a text, we're looking for something that surprises us because it's new, it might be interesting, or it's different from the way we think. So when that happens, we're either gaining new information, investigating something suspicious, clarifying information, or maybe getting a different perspective. And then in our anchor chart, we can use these sentence starters to make statements about what surprised us. Likewise, we can think about maybe the author thinks we know something. And so when we're reading a nonfiction text, sometimes we get caught up because the author thinks that we know a certain vocabulary, or maybe we're having a hard time visualizing or making connections, or even trying to sequence things that are happening. So again, we can use these anchor sentence starters to help us create those focuses. And then finally, there's that final question, what challenged, changed, or confirmed what I knew? So sometimes when we're reading, we're like, yeah, that totally makes sense. I agree with that. But sometimes we're like, that sounds a little sketchy, and that I don't agree with what this author is saying. Or maybe they're making me change my point of view. They've had such a good argument. And again, I have these sentence starters there at the bottom of my anchor chart that I can use to come back to my reading group and have a good discussion with them. You also have this Notice&Note fiction, nonfiction, big question graphic organizer in the writing section of your notebook. So we're going to take that out, and we're going to be having that next to us while we're reading. And when we come up to something that makes us pause, we're going to decide if it's something that surprised us, something that we already knew, or something that challenged, changed, or confirmed what we knew. So I'm working in the book A Child Called It, and I came across this statement. In the years before I was abused, my family was the Brady Bunch of the 1960s. My two brothers and I were blessed with perfect parents. So I'm going to do a Control-C, and then I'm going to come into my graphic organizer, and I'm going to Control-V to paste. I'm going to move that in. It's a little easier to read. I can resize it by grabbing the sides. I see that I don't have punctuation and punctuation here. I need to put my citation in. So it's Pelzer. This is off of page 17. Then I put my period there. Now, to go deeper to answer this, this is where I'm going to use those sentence starters. So to begin with, this just really surprised me. So I'm going to circle this surprised me. And then I'm going to talk about why it surprised me. So I'm just creating a text box right here. And I'm going to say, I was surprised to find out that David's family could be compared to the Brady Bunch. When I think of the Brady Bunch, I think of a family that is supportive, perfect, and loving. This is in direct contrast with what I already know, only 2 chapters into the book. So I'm just going to go back and reread. So what surprised me is that quote, in the years before I was abused, my family was the Brady Bunch of the 1960s. My 2 brothers and I were blessed with the perfect parents. And then this surprises me to find out that David's family could be compared to the Brady Bunch. When I think of the Brady Bunch, I think of a family that is supportive, perfect, and loving. This is in direct contrast with what I already know, only 2 chapters into the book. And I'm going to come back and just add one more line into this. David's family was not perfect. Exclamation point. And I'm going to dive a little bit deeper. I know that this comparison to the Brady Bunch is actually a cultural illusion. And I could even put this in here. Instead of saying being compared to, I'm going to say being alluded to show my teacher that I've been paying attention in class and I get what cultural illusions are. So I hope this is helpful. Remember, you need to do all 4 rows and then you're going to turn it in. So really every day, if you just stop once a day and think about either what surprised you, what you already knew and it was confirmed, or what challenge changed and confirmed what you knew, or maybe there was some new vocabulary or new concepts. Stop, jot those down, and then create some good sentences that you can use to discuss with your group. Have a great night, and I see you guys in class.